Hey, good morning. Dr. Bob Flower with your Master Pattern Report for Tuesday, March 25th. All right, the last 2 weeks we've done pretty well with our calls. March 12th call on silver. Um, there was a 2% move, and the March 19th call on silver was also roughly about 2%. Um, the S&P for the 18th was off by one day, but it was a nice move. It was 178 points, I think, 168 points, and uh, the oil it broke down, but now it seems it's building some base here. We did get a turnaround indicator um, the end of last week, but right now we're going to hold our ground. It came down to $98 and change from our 101 level that we went short on it. But we still think that it's more inclined towards a reversal here, uh, down, and we're holding that position. Um, we also have moves for this Friday with silver and the S&P. Um, the dollar had been strengthening, but I'm going to look for a significant weakening in the dollar uh, the month of April, and probably towards the end. So watch that, because that could turn things around, and it could be one of the reasons why oil isn't breaking down the way we have seen it in past patterns. Um, and that could very well, although it's been holding up the dollar, it doesn't. There's something cooking here, and we're gonna look at the economic, political structure and events calendar, so to speak, to see what's going on there. And I'm sorry, I'm, I'm, I'm I think that what we're witnessing here is a blatant attempt to weaken our country in the mistaken notion that it's going to make us more receptive to the outside world, and that's not the case. I mean, we are spending our tax dollars and our money on our military, and everybody says, "Well, you've got such a tremendous military." Yeah, but basically, if you look at the structure of our military, and aside from the Afghan war right now, and going back 20, 25 years, why is it that we have such a huge military? And the answer is very simple, because none of our allies, with the exception of Britain, has any sort of uh, comparable military. They're depending on us, the British, to some smaller degree, the French, to carry the ball. And they're enjoying good. We were in Europe last year, and their economies are good. Their taxes aren't too bad. For instance, in Germany. But what's happening now is that their health care is getting out of hand, and it's either that they cut back on their health care services or they raise taxes, um, and they have the advantage of they're not putting money into their own defense. And voila, look what's happened. How strange. Russia is now making a move, and they're the ones, it's in their backyard. We're the ones that are protecting them. So, it's kind of unfair to say that we're we're the policemen of the world, and that's a bad thing. It's the truth to say that, hey, listen, if you don't want policemen, fine, then we can afford to cut back, and we'll just be, servient, and just help those countries that are willing to put up a defense, such as Britain and, to some degree France, Australia has built a nice military force, and the other ones just let them fend for themselves. But somehow that's not realistic. And what the politicians are doing now is they're saying, wow, look how nice and easy things are in Europe. They don't have the same problems that we do. They don't have the same intensity and this aggressiveness, in business. Well, thank you very much. I mean, that's how we became the greatest nation in the history of the world, for God's sake. I mean, it didn't happen because we were tripping over ourselves, to get to the lounge. We're out there. We're hustling Americans. That's what we are. That's what we do, and that's what we need to continue to do. Now, there have been things that I have been working on, and others that I know that have been working on. Forming another party and whatnot. I mean, these are major undertakings. And I personally, I think the only way that's going to happen, I think it will happen. It's going to happen soon. But I think the only way that's going to happen is people are going to be so disgusted that it's going to be, a revolution. Everybody's going to say, well, here's the party, and the hell with the Democrats and Republicans. Let's throw into that, which may well happen, and that may happen after the next election if things go the way a lot of people think they're going to go. I don't know if that's going to change things. What it may do is moderate what Obama is doing to. I mean, he wants to give the power of the internet away to foreign powers. What the Manchurian candidate lives in the White House. I mean, what the hell is going on here? And this Obamacare. I don't care what anybody tells me. It can't work with all these exclusions that they're doing with unions and big businesses and deferring obligations and whatnot for another year or 2 years. I mean, come on, give me a break. And people are paying through the nose. Here's what I'm looking at doing, and I'm going to take the initiative and do it within my own community. Start up a community wellness company, right? And get as many people involved as possible in a business sense. Everybody throws up $50. You get a couple of thousand people, and you raise yourself, $100,000 or whatever it is, $50,000, $100,000, and you engage in bringing in businesses and expanding businesses within the community. And when you do that, you bring in these ratables, okay. You then have a better community. You have more wealthier, healthier economic, and you have a lot more say with the politicians. In effect, you're pushing them aside and taking control of the welfare of the community by the sense of business, and you're bringing in jobs. So you're helping the people within the community become wealthier. By virtue of those who invest in this public-private entity, they can make money. I'm putting something together in my own community in Yonkers, New York, and I'm gonna let you know. I mean, of course, a lot of people are very indifferent, and they're still getting their brains kicked in, and they don't have the heart or the drive. But you know what? You put something out there, you can't tell when people are just going to say, it's time, I've had it. I don't trust these guys anymore, I don't believe in them anymore. The system is fine, it's the people in the system, and that's, you know, and the press has hurt us dramatically because they're not being representative in their in their opinions and in their watchdog obligations. So this could be something that people can take back their community and at the same time do something for themselves. Okay, so look, we're off we're off to Scottsdale again tomorrow, and we'll be transmitting from out there. There's some things we're doing some social studies, right? Some research studies, Janet, and it's on our website. Which website is it? The Flower, drbobflower.com. You want to go there and participate. It's a quick, interesting research study. Go there, and we also have our business, which we're putting up on our business website, flowerrealty.net. For those of you who might have an interest in participating in some safe but very lucrative investments, visit us there. Glad to hear from you. If you have a business that you're looking to start, inventions, we're very much interested in inventions. We're getting a lot of people that want to participate in our Barracuda pool. So let's hear from you. If you have a business that you're having a problem with or you want to get into, hey, by all means contact us. We'll be glad to help out. All right, right on.